This week on Ad Library Teardown, where we rank brands from zero to ecom hero, is Vuori. And I think you probably have an idea in your brain of where they stack up on our very official grading scale of 0 to 10, which is 0 to ecom hero. So hold that in your head for a second. We're going to reveal their score in just a minute. See if you're pretty close. I think you might be. But first things first, asset type breakdown on this home screen here. 33% video, 65% static, only 2% motion. So obviously some low-hanging fruit to repurpose some of those statics into the motion assets, which was one of the only big opportunities that I saw in this account. From a framework perspective, really great use of big headline, product features, UGC, and more and more and more. Great use of frameworks. The UGC assets had good hooks. There was a small opportunity to improve some of the other video sorts of assets where they're introducing designers with better hooks. And then iterations, tons of iteration within the frameworks that are clearly working well, the big headline and the product features. So you have that in your head. Where did they stack up? What is the number from 0 to ecom hero? We rank Vuori at a 9.1, which should not be surprising. Many would consider them an ecom hero based on their fast growth over the last couple of years. So all in all, great account. Let's look at what's working. We're going to break down individual assets to show you specifically some actionable takeaways that you can implement into your account today. So first things first, we're looking at the big headline assets. And this is what I really love about Vuori's strategy is they don't settle by just having a good big headline. I want to look at some of the elements that they've added into this asset that make it even better. They do have the big headline in the top right, but then they also have the great product photography in the bottom right that showcases a range of colors. They also are highlighting some new colors. So even if you've purchased before, you might want to click and repurchase if you've enjoyed the item. And then finally on the left, they're showcasing how the product actually looks on your body, which is really helpful to see the style and the fit and to make that, again, educational kind of purchase decision as a consumer. So really great asset. They didn't settle by just having a great headline. They added additional elements. And they did the same thing again here. So great big headline, the most versatile athletic short. That hooks the attention, but then they capture and continue to hold your attention with, again, the strong product photography showcasing the range of colors. In this asset, they also highlight the product features at the bottom, showcasing those additional value props that do influence the purchase decision. And then the final small touch I like about this asset is the background. Showcases kind of the lifestyle or the part of the world where you might be wearing these sorts of items. So this, I think, really rounds out a great asset. And again, doesn't settle just by having one good element. They added 4 good elements together, which is obviously what creates great assets. Now looking at the UGC assets, I want to focus on one particular strategy that Vuori is implementing that a brand of their size should absolutely implement, which is UGC whitelisting. This is essentially where you work with creators who already have their own audience so that you can benefit from that audience as well. And Vuori is one of the best at this. They work with some of the biggest creators in the space. These 3 examples here combined have over 6 million of their own followers that Vuori is now benefiting from. Now, this is a more expensive strategy because obviously you have to pay to work with these sorts of creators. But for a brand of Vuori's size, this is a really great way to get that validation, that trust that comes from working with trusted creators. So if you are a brand that has the budgets, whitelisting should absolutely be a part of your strategy. If you're a brand that doesn't have those budgets, start on the more cost-effective UGC side and scale that up over time. So overall, a great account, but there's always room for improvement. So this is, again, the kind of 4 steps we look at, starting with a diverse set of asset types, layering in a diverse set of frameworks and hooks, and then iterating upon what works. Now, what do you do once you've kind of checked all those boxes? You come back to the beginning and you start looking again, do we have an opportunity to test more motion graphics? In this case, yes, we do. So let's take some of those high performing statics and iterate into motion. Do we have an opportunity to test different frameworks or retest frameworks? I would say customer reviews is a framework that I would love to see in this account. So again, yes, but with that said, that is all for Ad Library Teardown this week, and we'll see you again for another episode next week.